Hello, Cherries. Welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, episode 138. In this video, I'm going to show you some easy blues licks and leads. Basically, I'll show you 3 different levels of playing the blues, keeping it really simple at first and then building up. So a friend of mine, Mark, had asked me over the weekend if I had any blues videos, any simple blues videos to send him so he could, kind of cop some licks. And, I have a bunch of videos, especially on blues, but I couldn't think of one in particular. I sent him a few, but I couldn't think of one really good one in particular. So that's why I'm making this one right here. And so I'm going to go over just some really, really basic stuff, and hopefully you enjoy this. And happy Sunday to you. So let's just get started here. And I have a backing track here, which is a 12-bar blues progression in A. And if you want it, a free MP3 of this, just send me an email at info@jerrycherry requesting the backing track, and I'll shoot it right over to you. Hello, Paul Merrill. Good to see you. So as usual, I will put a timestamp in the description when the lesson starts, which will be very soon, shortly. But I'll say hello to my friend here in the chat. Hello, Paul. Give you a round of applause. What are you drinking this afternoon? This late morning right here. I still have my coffee. It's chords time. Okay, I see that. That sounds really good to me. Nice chorus, sounds good. Silver Bullet, right? They still call it the Silver Bullet? All right. So I got my telly. Hopefully it's not buzzing too bad here today, because I don't want to get any weird comments on, dude, your guitar's buzzing, man. Get it fixed. What's wrong with you? Missing the whole point, focusing on the wrong things. Hello, Scott Olson. Give you a round of applause. Also, happy Sunday, Jerry and all. Don't worry about that. I love it. All right. So we're going to do some blues today. We're going to do like 3 different levels. I'm going to show you some licks, some cool blues licks to play. And we're going to start really simple in the minor pentatonic. The first position here, minor pentatonic. I know you know that. All right. Oh, sounds good? So you can hear my guitar already. Okay. Yeah, let me know if you can't hear anything. Grab the telly. I'm going to have all these guitars to choose from here. I was going to use the Les Paul because, they look good here too, like all lined up like that perfectly. It just worked out. I actually didn't line them up like that. It just worked out. Weird, isn't it? So, but the telly is just feels great to me. I just really love this guitar. I've been playing the Les Paul all weekend at a gig that I had in Ohio with Huey Lewis Band, tribute band, Power of Love. And I used the Les Paul for that. So it's time to grab the telly. So I do have a backing track here. It's a standard blues, 12-bar blues in A that I created. Like I said, I'll send you a copy of it if you want it. But I'm going to start really, really easy, just in the A minor pentatonic position. And I'm going to keep it really, really simple for just standard blues licks. Let's have a go at it. Check it out. All right, no extra charge for the mistakes. But yeah, so basically, I kept it as basic as possible. Really trying to resolve, not even thinking about resolving to the root notes, but I'm staying on A over all three chords for the most part, in case you didn't notice there. You know, we went from an A7 chord to a D chord, D7, back to a with 5 chord, E7, all dominant chords, so they're all major chords. But I resolved to the A because you can. Why did I resolve to the A? Because you can. It sounds good. It's really safe. If you want to be safe. It's really simple. So the telly, they cut through everything. Yeah, especially on when I start moving the pickup selector around. You have it's more mellow up here. Once you get into the middle pickup, start getting a little more of that twang, right? Then you get to the bridge pickup, and you're full on. Get that bite, that telly bite. That's what I love about it. Hello, Alba. So good to see you. Give a round of applause. What are you drinking? I have some vodka here. That's water. All right. So I think that's the basic level. Staying on A. Right? Pentatonic. Even on the 4 chord, I can play A. Because it's the 5th of the 4 chord. Even on the 5 chord. Trying to think of a theme. Now go through different positions. The beauty about this is you don't really have to think too much. You just have to feel it. Because you always know that I can always just land on A. No matter what I'm doing. Land on A. On A, the whole thing. right, so I went off the rails a little bit there at the end. Got a little bit more advanced on some of the things. But the whole idea is to really start simple, get warmed up, ease into it. Keeping it really, really, really simple at first. Then we're going to go crazy and get real technical. No, I'm just kidding. We're not. Oh, man. So, Ozman! What's happening? What's up, Ozman? What's up? All right. So, amazing how John 5 can make a telly sound. Ah, that is so true. Very, 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 very good. Amazing telly. Guitar player. Overall, really great guitar player. So, hopefully you're having a good time. Hopefully you had a great weekend so far. Before we get into the next level here, just want to take a second to say hello to you guys and have a sip of coffee and see if your weekend's been going good. Anything good? Any good news? Well, it's good news right now because we have our guitars in our hands. Alba, do you have your guitar in your hands? What are you playing? And we got some tellies. What's your favorite guitars? Right now, at this moment, at this second. I know that that Scott has his telly. So what guitar do you have in your hands right now? I want to know. If you do have a guitar. If you don't, you better grab it. Doesn't matter what it is. As long as it has 6 strings on it. Or even 1 string. Doesn't matter. Use 1 string. The red one that I use with DU. Oh, so you like my my bass? The red. Actually, it's more of a brown. It's more of a natural burst color, right? Well, the one I call cherry is I would say that one right there, the Strat right there. So, all right. So, I think the next level of stuff that we could do here is add 1 note to the scale. If you take this pentatonic scale, right? If you add this blues note right here, and it's this note. So I'll show you in case you're not quite sure. Oh, that's that's not the button I wanted to hit right there. Get out of the way. Okay. It's actually this is the minor pentatonic scale that we've been playing the whole time, right through there. And there it is, starting on the A string. But if we go down to the blues scale, so all we're doing now, you see this whole outline of the pentatonic scale? But we're going to add that flat 5 in there. So it really spices up the licks right there. Check it out. See what it sounds like. See what that does? Burning the blues. We're getting warmed up. We're getting warmed up for sure. Just adding that one note because it gives you a chromatic note. Chromatic means every half step there. So you have the fourth degree. I always look at music as degrees with your scale. Your pentatonic scale: 1, the minor third, the fourth, the fifth, the seventh, dominant seventh or minor seventh. Back to the root again. It's only 5 notes. Penta, meaning pentatonic scale. Penta, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes. But those aren't the degrees. That's just the count of the amount of notes. The degrees are what really matter. And if you're enjoying this video so far, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. All that groovy stuff. So when you add that extra note in there, that blues note, what that is, it's a flat 5. So here's your fifth, perfect fifth, right? Take that fifth and drop it a half step, or play it here. So you have the fourth now, you have the flat 5, and the 5, so you have 3 notes right next to each other. Pentatonic. Blues scale. It's really cool. So, Ozman. Not to get off topic, but did you ever get the ending, Sitting on Top of the World? I have not yet. I've been trying to, but I had a very busy weekend. I was out on the road in Ohio and couldn't get to that, but I will. I promise you. It's a really cool song. It's very tricky. I tried a few times and I didn't catch it right away, but I will spend more time on that because I'm very interested myself. But Ozman, I will get to that. But thank you. So, all right, going back to this, even before the blues scale, before you add that extra note, really the most important thing here is, if you're going to keep it simple, is the simple things do well, like bending and vibrato. You have your A note, you're going to bend up to the note. The vibrato. Without vibrato, sounds like this. Just a flat note, well, not flat, but just a steady. Now you add some vibrato to it. And make the face too. Shake that note around. B.B. King. So I'm shaking it around, digging into it. bending and vibrato. Most important thing, you're keeping it simple. Just great lick right there. Bending up, taking the minor seventh. Just bending up. It's probably the simplest thing you could do. Once you get there, shake it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. All right. Alba likes that. The funny faces. She's saying I make a funny face, like I'm funny. They saying I'm funny, like what? Like a clown? What, do I amuse you? That's great. All right, we're having a good time here. We're playing the blues. It's a bluesy kind of Sunday. So, all right, so we got this scale here. We're keeping it simple. Another very important thing to do is always relax. You know, it's not brain surgery or rocket science. You're playing the guitar, and it can get stressful sometimes. You can get nervous. The nerves will start building up and everything, and your hands will start tensing up. I find myself doing it all the time, and it doesn't help you at all. It may look cool sometimes. You're tight and getting into it, but really, all you're doing is tightening your hands, which if you want to play and you want to play faster, you want the exact opposite. It's kind of like a singer. It's like singing when they tell you don't tense. You know, you got to relax and keep your system open. It's the same thing with guitar. When you're playing something and your hands get tensed up because they get tired, because you're straining them. But if you can, keep them as relaxed, because that'll allow you to play more freely. I find that when my hands tense up, then I can't play the stuff that I want because they're too tight. You can't go from tight to playing something because it's like your hands, you're not going to automatically get loose. You have to kind of visualize your hands staying loose and relaxed and keep them relaxed. So whenever you get an opportunity to land on a note, that's your time to relax your hands while you're doing some vibrato so you can prepare for the next one. It's almost like taking a breath for a singer. You find a place where you could breathe. This is the place. Breathe, relax your hands. So when you go to the next chord, you could do that bend. Your hands is not too tired. Relax. That's really, really the most important thing. Relaxing your hands. So, let's see. Mr. Scott Alston here has something to share. That honestly is what I work on the most. Keeping the hands loose and relaxed. Most of my troubles are due to tense hands more than anything. I would say that's the same thing for me. Scott, the same thing. It's tense hands, relaxing your hands. You know, it's so important. It's really it's really one of the most important things you could do. So just try, keep trying, keep doing it, and I will too. You know, just keep trying to be as relaxed with your hands. You don't have to push in as much. You know, as a matter of fact, it sounds better the lighter you touch. The heavier you strain on the neck, it's not going to make it better. It's going to make it worse because you're probably going to knock yourself out of tune a little bit. All you have to do is push the fret down, the string down to hit the fret. It's not going to sound any louder. The more you tense up on there, it's only going to be what it is. Of course, if I hit it harder, it's going to be, you know, it's a dynamic instrument. We can hit it lower and hit it harder. But as far as this part of it, I mean, and that holds true for both hands. Keep them both relaxed so that you could tremolo picking, you know. You know? going off the rails a little bit more right there. My problem. My problem is carpal tunnel and arthritis. Yeah, so that's a real struggle right there. That's why before I play, I do a whole like couple minute routine where I stretch my wrists in multiple different ways. I try to do it basically every time I pick up not just pick up, but when I play, I'll stretch a lot. So definitely, especially you, keep your wrist really, really relaxed. Okay, so the next thing I think we'll move on to is landing on the root notes of the chords, like this. Check it out. We're going to play the same scale, right? But when it goes to the 4 chord, right now we're on the 1 chord, I'm going to land on the D. Watch. Root note. Root note. E. D. So, in the blues here, we have the 3 chords. The A7, then it goes to the D7, it goes to an E7. Right? So I'm going to stay on the same minor pentatonic scale, but I'm going to target the root notes with each chord that passes. So when it goes to the D, I'm going to go. But I'm going to play through the same minor pentatonic scale, but I'm going to focus on the D notes. Like here's the D. D. They're like modes in a way. I'm playing a D. I don't know what the name would be on it, if they have names. D. 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 But I'm also playing all the notes of the minor pentatonic, so it still remains the same type of thing. Check it out. To the E. Now it sounds like I know what I'm doing a little bit more. I'm targeting the A. D. The A note. Bad notes are free. A. All right. Keeping it real simple. Roger Charlie. Great going on the blues. Yeah, the blues is awesome. I love the blues. Give you a round of applause. So if you're like, hey, what can I do? I'm playing the blues. Just keep it real simple. Hit one note. Make a funny face. Pucker up your lips like this. Tom G, I didn't even see you. Hello. You got to run? Catch the replay. Awesome. Thank you, Tom. That's the beautiful thing about these videos is that you put them up, you do them live, and then they stay forever. That's the beautiful thing. That's the horrible thing, too. So all those bad notes that I play, they last forever. As long as the good ones outweigh the bad ones. It's like that scale, I've only deleted one video, believe it or not. I'll tell you this. This is episode 138. That means I've done this 138 times. Wow, I'm genius. And so there's only one time have I deleted one of them because it was so bad. So you'll find 137 lives if you go back and watch them all. Matter of fact, you can do that later after this. Watch all of them. There's one, I think it was the 15th one, episode 15, where I played and it just, nothing was good. I didn't know what I was doing. And it was so bad that the bad outweighed the good and I deleted it. So it has to be really bad for me to delete it. And that one I did. I still have it, the video, but it's just that you don't have it. Blues and guitar go together like air and water. I just made that up. No, I didn't. Scott did. Can't take the credit for that. Yeah, that's so true. Like air and water. It's like air and water. It's kind of like two signs, right? It's like an air sign and a water sign. Like an air sign would be like an Aquarius, which is what I am, an air sign. And water sign would be like a, what's a water sign? Pisces. Okay. I always love that Rodney Dangerfield said, what, she was an earth sign and I was a water sign. Together we made mud. It's funny. I'll be here all week. All right. Can't imagine you doing anything bad. Whoa, come on. Sometimes bad is bad. But thank you. That's really, really cool of you to say. We still have some time left, and I'll get to that. So, all right. So, and with this new thing that we're at right now, we're targeting the root note. Still play the blues note. And what's cool about that is when you get to the 4 chord, that blues note's right there, half step up. Right? So you have that chromatic note right off the top on the root. Check it out, like this. Stevie Ray Vaughan does this. Now we're on the 4 chord, the D. Is that weird that sounds? That's just by adding that blues note over the 4 chord. It can sound really outside sounding in the simplest possible way. So I'm in A. Now watch this one, the 4 chord D. E. Feeling good. Having a good time playing the blues. So I think I might have left out something that's very important. When you play this minor pentatonic scale, there's a thing called micro bends. Because what I'm doing is I'm playing an A7 chord. It's a major chord. The minor pentatonic is a minor note. So really it's a minor chord, right? Here's the difference, there's minor, here's major. So the chord's major. So and that scale has a minor note, well that's part of the blues sound, is playing the minor over the major, and it sounds great. I've been doing it the whole time so far. But if you want to land, you don't really want to land on that note, because you're going to have a rub. It's going to sound like this. Because here's the chord, the major chord that you hear, and here's the note that I'm playing. It'll sound like that. But it doesn't really sound like that because you're kind of going through the note quickly. Part of the blues, what they do is they'll take that minor note and they'll just bend it up a little. So instead of going, I can go like this. I'm bending it slightly up. Now if I wanted to land on this note, I would bend this minor third up a full half step. That's a very bluesy thing, like this. Hear that? If I was going to land, if I was going to hold this note, I would bend it up. Check it out. I'll focus on that. So I'm bending up. But the thing is, on this 4 chord, you can't do that. Because then you're playing a 7 chord, and you're going to play that note. Now you have a major 7 chord right there. So those are the little things you have to really kind of think about right there. Micro bends, you could bend a little bit over all of them, because you're not really hitting that next note up. Same thing with the 7th degree. And I already went over that, all the degrees. The root, minor third, 5th, 7th. Take the 7th. This is the note that you bend up. But you can bend it up a little bit. You don't have to go all the way up. You can go just like with the micro bend. You can bend all the way up. Or you can bend up a little bit. If I was going to land on a note, I go like that. That's why you hear guys go like that all the time. That's a whole step bend to the major. Major chord. We're playing like. So that's very important to know right there. Micro bending. Man. So I wish I lived in Brooklyn so we could jam. Yeah. Well, if you're ever in Brooklyn, let me know. We'll jam for sure. Give you a round of applause for that. It's a good one. All right. So, micro bends, and there's a place for it. This is where I'd micro bend or full bend because I'm hitting the chord. But now I want to go back down to the minor third. Check it out. Micro bend. Full bend to the half step. You hear the note in the chord? Hear the note in the chord? Yeah, use your ears. Try to hear all the notes going on in the chord so that you could kind of know what you want to play before you could hear it before you even go for it. That's probably more important than anything is not letting your hand just kind of play what it wants to, but you tell it what to play based on what you want to hear. That's pretty cool. Hello. How do you pronounce your name? Joe? Joe. Henrique. Joe Henrique. Thanks for watching from Brazil. Beijos to you. Thank you so much. All the way from Brazil. That is so, so cool. Wow. Give you a round of applause. That's the beauty of YouTube, is that people around the world tune in and have fun and play some guitar. Congratulations on hitting 3,000 subs. Till the next stream. What's special 3,000 subs mark? I didn't even know I hit 3,000. I know it's close. I guess I just did. That's really, really cool. Thank you, Ritesh, for letting me know. Awesome. Celebration. Give a little glockenspiel sound for that one. 3,000. Oh, so cool. John Henry. Okay, so that's one way we could say it. John Henry. Until I get it right. Just go with John Henry. John Henry. Henry. It's a cool way to spell it. I like it. Thanks, John. All right. So we won't go too much longer, but what we'll do is I'll go through a couple things really, really quick. Now, to take it another step up, you can play this minor pentatonic scale over each chord now. So when you go to the D, you can play this D minor pentatonic. All right, Osman, got to run. Have a great week, for sure. When you go to the E, you can play this minor pentatonic. Let's see what that sounds like. Check this out. Now D. Back to the A. Back to E. D. Of course, I got a lot of slack for this too, for not moving around. I just moved 3 different positions. But instead of moving all over the place, you could do the same thing in one area. Like on the A minor pentatonic, when it goes to the D, instead of going all the way up here, you just do it down here. Instead of moving up to the E, you could do it down here. The same thing. Do it up here. Right there. So instead of going up here, you do it here. Or like this. How would it be here? So it's a lot easier in one position. To the D. To the E. I'm stupid like that. Very warm and creamy tone. Awesome. Yan Jazz. That is a cool name. Yoon Jazz. Awesome. Give you a round of applause. Warm, creamy tone. Very, very natural right now. I think I have my telly. I have a pedal that I'm going through. It's a Hot Tone. That's the brand of the make of it. And it's a Hot Tone Blues pedal. They don't make that one anymore. But they make lots of different pedals, Hot Tone companies. Check them out. I have actually all the gear I use in my description. If you're interested, you can check that out. And Ritesh, how long did it take you to reach nearly 3,000 mark? Well, I've been doing this now for about 3 years. So 3 years. But what's funny is I started this channel in 2008. But I didn't really do anything with it. I used it as a storing place for videos through the years, whether if it was an original song, I would use it to share my songs through videos. But it really wasn't until 3 years ago when I started actually making videos, tutorials and tips and things like that. So it really just 3 years. I think when I started 3 years ago, I had like maybe 80 or 70 something subscribers just since 2008 of just posting songs, not really for people to search. Like I didn't even know it was really a search engine. I just use it as a place to, like probably most people, just to store my videos of my songs, which you could still see. If you go back in the history, you'll see like videos from 2008. But it's more of a entertainment type videos and stuff. Some live videos and some songs. So yeah, 3 years. The hardest 3 years. I think it's, it gets easier, I suppose. And it grows faster as you do it. Like the first 1,000, I think, was the hardest, and the second comes faster, and the second came a little bit faster. So I think from this point on, if I just keep doing it and keep helping as much as I can and providing some kind of value, it'll just keep going. The whole idea, it's not really about the numbers for me. I don't really care as much about that, to be honest with you. I just want to help you guys here today and have a good time with that. So that's what it's all about. And so yeah, playing that pentatonic now. So I'm switching scales completely. I went from A pentatonic to D pentatonic. Here we're going to do so by switching. You see the difference of notes here. A pentatonic has an E in it. When I go to D, there's an F note now. See that F note? I have an F and not an E. When I go to E, I have that. No, that note's still the same. That note's still the same. So really, there's nothing new. Right there, I have the A, B, and D. This is what it sounds like if I switch pentatonic scales. So go to D. I'll stay down here though. It goes to the 5 chord E. Go here. I'll stay here. Instead of moving all up and down the neck. Which you can play up here too. So now I'm closer to this D position with this A. E. Now I have this A position. That's why it's good to know the scale all over the neck, so no matter where you are, you can just switch seamlessly. A pentatonic here. When it goes to the D, I know the pentatonic scale here. And then to the E. So, lovely touch there. Awesome. Roger Charlie. Did I see you? You just getting here? Or just saying hello? I will give you a round of applause. Good to see you, Roger Charlie. Awesome. No, you've been here. I'm sorry. I'm getting all caught up. I'm getting all lost in my own brain here for a sec. So we got like another couple minutes. So I breezed through that. One last thing, one last level, the third level, we'll call it, is that we're going to play the mixolydian mode. And that's really the coolest to play, the mixolydian mode, because that really, it covers the whole chord right here. You got an A minor 7, A dominant chord here, A7. In the scale, It's like a major scale. Except I'm taking the 7th degree from major scale, I'm dropping it down to this, so it's a flat 7. So it fits the chord. You got the root, major 3rd, flat 7. Root, 3rd, 5th, 7. The whole arpeggio right there. See, listen what it sounds like over the A chord. Fits perfectly. Over D. That was E. Cool about this is that it's the shell of all these chords, and you can play through all of them seamlessly. Like you play the A here, when you go to the D, you go to D mixolydian. This is a scale that you don't want to play over all 3 chords. You have to play them individually. Over the D, A. Over the E, yeah, like this. 6. So it sounds something like this. Check it out. And you know what? I'm only going to emphasize, well, let's just go through some of the scales. A. So I'm really playing through 3 different scales here. But what you could do is emphasize the 3rd degree and the 7th degrees. Check it out. Major 3rd with the 7th. And now these things lead. This 3rd of the A, go up a half step's going to be, it's the D. Or down is a half step. It's the 7th. Back up. The 3rd degree, 3rd and 7th of A. Then go up the whole thing. E7. D7. Check it out. This position right here, I'm going to show you this is really cool. This one position, A7, D7. I just dropped it, the whole thing down half step. Dropped it here. Back up. A7. E7. Play with the E. Play with the 3rd degree. The 3rd of the D. Back to the A. The 3rd degree. C. Mix in the pentatonic. So I'm teetering around the 3rds and the 7th degrees because when you're on the A chord, you know that this 3rd, if I go a half step down, is now the 7th of this D. Back up to the 4th, the A chord. It goes to the E. the third degree. Of each chord. And you do that anywhere. Do it up here. And D is coming up. The seventh. A. All right. So, got a little carried away, but we're having fun. We are having some fun here. Very meaty lesson today. I didn't want to get too deep on it, but I did, as usual. Very meaty lesson. Lots of things to learn and pick up. Watch a few times. Thanks for sharing. So, your skill set so selflessly. Thank you so much, Roger. Paul, you put a good spanky on them strings today. That's right. It ain't done yet. We'll keep on spanking them. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, guys. I just want to mention real quick. If you want to want to go deeper, I do have a guitar course called Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. It goes into blues progressions, where I have all kinds of blues progressions and backing tracks and not tabs, but charts. I go into fretboard memorization, circle of fifths, which teaches you all about chord progressions. And, of course, the third section is in blues soloing, which I go into detail about this type of stuff. I'll put a link in the description at the top of it so you can check that out. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. And so thanks for checking it out. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, today. Hopefully you picked up something from all this. I know that I did. And thank you so much. Hit that like button again before we leave. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday. It's a beautiful day out there. I'm going to go out to the park. I live right down the street from Prospect Park in Brooklyn, New York. And it's such a pretty park. The guy who built Central Park also built this park first. And he did such a great job that they commissioned him to build Central Park. I'm pretty sure it's that order. Prospect Park, then Central Park. So if you know Central Park, check out Prospect Park. That's where I live. So later, dude. Paul. Later. Thank you so much, Paul. Such a pleasure hanging out with you here today. And always a pleasure. Thank you, Roger and Scott and Ritesh and Eon, all you guys, that new people I've never seen before. I really appreciate that. Spending some time. Really, really, really cool of you. And Ozman, thank you. And the faithful who come and hang out. John Henry. Some great new people popping up here in Alba. And Roger and all you guys. Love yous. Thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of your weekend and Sunday. Have a great week. I'll see you next time, next Sunday. Any ideas that you want me to do for next week, please let me know. I'm going to get to that Cream song very soon, Osman. I promise you that. I'm going to dig into that one. So be cool, be kind, be cherry. And if you want to see another video on the blues, I'll put a couple right up there for you, all right? Love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.